town of Margate, situated in the far southeast of England, was once a thriving seaside resort, welcoming thousands of tourists every year. Over the past 30 years or so, it has been in steady decline and is now akin to a ghost town, with unemployment and antisocial behaviour rife throughout. Areas which are perceived to have the highest rates of antisocial behaviour are council and housing estates. To the south of the town, an area synonymous with this is the Millmead Estate. This film will look at the estate through the eyes of its residents, telling us the story of how antisocial behaviour affects their everyday lives, and looking at the positive aspects of the area and what is being done to combat antisocial behaviour.
Welcome to Millmead.
This film is paid for by ASB champions. We're a group of people who were given a sum of money to do something on the estate to combat antisocial behaviour. Rather than combat antisocial behaviour, we decided to show the estate as it is, also showing antisocial behaviour that does exist on the estate. It's only the minority. The majority of the estate, the people on the estate are great, so it's only the minority.
This area is split into two halves, the older Dane Valley estate and the newer Millmead estate. But to outsiders, the whole area is known as Millmead.
When I moved here, I got told, "Oh, you're not going to Millmead," as though I was going to this weird outer space horrible planet. You know, we all live here together. Okay, old estate, new estate, which is the difference between Dane Valley and Millmead.
In our current social climate in the UK, we are confronted daily with the growing trend of antisocial behaviour. One of the issues raised by the residents is that of dangerous or unsupervised dogs on the estate.
From this antisocial behaviour money, we decided to help people get their dogs chipped. And it was okay, some dogs can be a nuisance, majority aren't, but by having the dogs chipped, it helps everybody.
My name's Richard, I work for the RSPCA and we're running an event on the Millmead Estate to chip as many dogs as we possibly can. We've managed to chip, we believe, just probably in the region of up to 20 dogs at the moment. We believe there's a potential for 70 people showed an interest, so we've got another session this afternoon.
The ones that are a nuisance aren't keen on having their dogs chipped. It's the responsible owners who are keen on having their dogs chipped.
Unsupervised dogs is only one of the problems people face on the estate. Another is antisocial neighbours.
Been here 29 years. Most of it very good, but there have been periods of time where it's been really, really bad and very stressful. One neighbour moved in, she had 3 children, an older one and 2 younger ones. And she was just a nightmare. She used to take drugs. She used to have different men in her house. She used to drink, take drugs, threaten people up the road. Anybody would do. It got really, really bad. It was a good couple of years. I personally one day walked up the road and I was told to shut my effing mouth. And if none of my business what they're doing. And I just walked up the road, didn't say anything. I didn't even realise who she was with. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, we'll be over at the weekend and we'll sort you out. I'll get my son over and his friends and they will be knocking on your door. So she said, you wouldn't be wary because it will happen. And if it's not this weekend, it'll be another weekend, but rest assured it'll happen.
Many of the residents are so affected by these events, they were too afraid to appear in this film. One of them has provided an audio tape of some of the abuse they have been subjected to. On a more positive note, there are things in the community set up to help people. The Sure Start Centre provides a number of services to the community.
Sure Start's there to provide support, information for the local community. Our job is to help families that need help and support. Before I started working there, I just thought it was a nursery, but it's so much more than a nursery. We've got resident community police, we've got resident health visitors, we put on parent and children's groups, parent and toddler groups. We've got an after-school or an out-of-school club for the older children. We've got a teenage group on a Tuesday, which is very popular. We've got a young parents group. We've got loads going on there.
Sure Start is good in what it does. And it does try. I mean, putting the event on down the green this year, great, wonderful. They do try. But it is limited.
On the 17th of August 2010, a summer fete took place on the green at Millmead, aiming to give young people and families a day of free activities and services. This is due to many of the residents stating that there is nothing to do on the estate, which they believe leads to antisocial behaviour.
This was a Sure Start initiated fete. ASB champions put some money in for the bouncy castle and for pie factory and things. And we had the pod down there for people to give their views, how they felt about the estate.
Don't believe the hype, the hype, the hype. Don't believe the hype, the hype, the hype.
The events were free for the children. A lot of the estate will remember we used to have these every year. But unfortunately, the organisation that arranged them closed down. So hopefully now this will be a day for the estate, for the parents to take their children to have a good fun day.
In this area, there's not a lot of youth clubs. There's not a lot for the children to do, and I think that's why we have so much antisocial behaviour. As far as I'm concerned, if they had anything else to do, like I've got a plum tree outside my house, and kids come from far and wide just to climb the tree to go up there to pick the plums, and they start on the plums from its greed. And I try to tell them it can't be eaten, but they just don't understand. They eat it, and to me it's because they just don't have anything else to do.
Well, I think antisocial behaviour is the children mainly in the area, in their little gangs, making trouble really. But what is there for children to do these days? There isn't that much for them in the area, I think.
Another activity featured at this event is the mobile music unit provided by Pie Factory Music. It is a minibus which has a mobile recording studio installed inside it, giving young people throughout the community the opportunity to record their own music using state-of-the-art equipment.
How would you guys describe antisocial behaviour?
Crap.
What is antisocial behaviour?
Hell knows.
Sorry?
Robbing mopeds and motorbikes. It's good. Smoking green.
What's that, sorry?
Weed and that lot. Green.
Smoking green?
Yeah. The weed.
What, sorry?
Smoking weed and that lot.
Antisocial behaviour is a very broad definition. It's basically anything that causes people to feel alarmed or distressed in some way. It can be very broad. It can be things like fly tipping, right through to sort of nuisance neighbours, loud music. It's really anything that people deem to affect their way of life.
Bullying, violence, verbal violence, destroying homes and things like that.
General loitering, I'd say, like hanging out in the corners, drinking alcohol and stuff.
Another project set up in the area is the Windmill Community Allotment Project.
It's been going about 6 years now, and it's all about educating people around healthy eating, healthy living, environmental education, and engaging the community, everybody in the community really. So we do young toddler groups, youth groups, school groups, we work with long-term unemployed people, work experience placements, and helping people get back into work through doing horticulture and environmental education, really.
They had created 6 jobs for people, local people. They're now expanding into a market garden, so more jobs should come. You can get fresh vegetables down there and everything. You can go down there, muck in. Children, grown-ups, everybody. There's no divisions at all down there.
This is an allotment open to every member of the public. We have 2 people who run it full-time, and then we have the volunteers, which is us. And today is an open day to encourage people to come along, have a look, and hopefully start taking part. And part of that is having a barbecue.
I don't really experience antisocial behaviour, but what it basically is where people are like either really nasty to you, or they're like hitting you or bullying you or something. That's what I think antisocial behaviour is.
I've seen one woman get her handbag snatched, and that annoys me. The graffiti annoys me because they've got graffiti boards. There's no need to put it all over the tower blocks. And the language. The language from these people, not just the children, we can't blame it all on the teenagers, the adults are as bad, if not worse. You walk down the street and the language, words I wouldn't even use. And it's unbelievable, and they're screaming abuse at each other. I hate it. That, for me, is what I class as antisocial behaviour.
Well, it happens everywhere, unfortunately. But there's a lot of people out there trying to stop it happening. And I don't think that the few should spoil it for the majority.
Another form of antisocial behaviour experienced on the estate is the vandalism caused by drunken individuals on their way home from the pub at nights.
We do have some problems with vandals, particularly late at night. I think what happens once the pubs close, everybody walks along this one main road back home, and you get a lot of smashed up cars, and I've had my car, and my neighbours have quite a few times, 3 or 4 times really.
One of the pubs in the area that experiences these problems is the King Edward VII on Dane Valley Road.
The King Edward actually used to be an old people's pub. Now it's a bikers pub, which bikers you think, oh, rough people. But it's a good pub. It's a good community pub. It's unfortunate that people are now objecting to their gigs. And it's only a handful of people. Because they do a lot for charities and everything. And, you know, they're great people, very community-minded. Ever you need, you know, anything for the community, and they can, if they've got it, they'll give you it. No problems.
Well, we get a lot of complaints about the bikes that come here, that antisocial behaviour is, I know, it's the drunks that hang around on the corner, it's the people we have to turf out of the, you know, the chairs and tables out the front, bring their own beer. That's antisocial. It's the one thing to come in and have a drink with people and friends and become a hub of the community, but it's another thing just to get pissed up on a corner.
It's not only cars and windows that have been vandalised. Residents of the flats in William Avenue have had their sheds severely damaged, forcing the council to completely remove them.
This was where the sheds were. They were proper bricks built sheds with lovely roofs, nice lock on it, and they had electric in it, and they just decided to take them away. And then after that happened, people started taking the slabs and putting stuff over. And just destroyed all the gardens. My garden weren't destroyed because I come home, see someone out there and told them to leave my garden. At nights when you go to bed, there's loads of people out there drinking, throwing things, shouting and all that lot. Yobs and that. It's very scary walking out there in the dark. All the idiots in the park.
The drunkens.
All sit in the park getting drunk with their cider bottles, and the young kids do. Like the other day, I come home and there was 2 kids out the back, just standing there. I've gone, what are you doing here? They've gone, we're waiting for a friend. And I knew fully well they weren't waiting for no one, because the name they mentioned don't even live in this block. So I think then they said, oh, I'm going to steal your barbecue out of your garden. I've gone, no, you're not, because I'm going to tell your mum and get the police van to your mum's.
The parks in the area are a real bugbear of the community. Designed primarily for children, they are more commonly used as hangout spots for drug users and drunks.
the mugger court, paid for by the children. The children raised the money for that. Worked hard, they did plays, they did dances, they did singing, and they raised the money for that. The other equipment, the Residents Association put £8,000 into that equipment. And we had problems, especially with the teen shelter when it was first there. Because at night, when it was all dark, there'd be drug taking, drinking and that.
Those playgrounds as well, I mean, kids don't use them that much. And
Why do you think they wouldn't use them?
Don't know, maybe they're not so nice. I compare to Dane Park, probably, that's why.
It's not good, but then you learn, you teach your children, you have to be careful when you go out, see signs. I mean, we're talking about broken glass here, but it could be anything, and it's how they learn.
To help combat antisocial behaviour on the estate, the police and PCSOs have taken up permanent residence at Shawstart.
People feel they can talk to them. The teenagers feel they can talk to them. They don't act all high-handed and I've got a uniform on so I'm bigger and better than you. We're told we are now going to lose a PCSO, which will then put everything else in jeopardy because the things they do with the children, with the football and that, there has to be two of them. One can't do it on his own.
We've got excellent figures on this estate. I think we've got the lowest recorded antisocial behaviour figures for the whole of Thanet, and we've definitely got the lowest figures for all crime at the moment for the whole of Thanet. It's a very safe environment to live. People's perception of Millmead is generally wrong. We don't get big groups of children hanging around here. The houses are very nice gardens. Perhaps the street lighting could be a bit better. I think generally the general public likes CCTV and hopefully we'll have some of that up soon.
We've done a lot of sort of work with the young people in the area, taking them away for other things like playing football on a Wednesday, things like that, and getting involved with the youth club here at Shawstart on a Tuesday night. So we basically engage with a lot of people.
The residents have a lot of good things to say about the PCSOs. Despite all the problems the estate has, there are also many other positive stories the residents have shared during the making of this film.
I live in a street in Marlow Road and it's a wonderful place. I have the most fantastic neighbours and it's a really nice place to live.
I love the Shawstart Centre, which is great. They help me a lot when I need something.
I think it's great where we live because there's the allotments and there's all the grass here.
The area is very nice round here. We have Shawstart down the road, which we go to on a Wednesday. We have a lovely allotment down here.
There's more of a community spirit down here than there is where we used to live. No, neighbours are not afraid to talk to you down here. It's more of a family atmosphere.
When my mother died and I wasn't coping, my neighbours rallied round, they took care of my children, they looked after me, they done my housework, they brought me meals, they done everything until I got my head straight again.
I think people work together. I think this building, the Shawstart facility, has really helped bond everyone together and there's a real closeness generated between people.
The partnership approach on the Millmead is very good, hence why we've got good figures. We work very closely with all housing groups, TDC and Orbit, as well as the Shawstart Centre, Trading Standards, etc. Due to that, we have good figures over here. We approach things as a group rather than in the past as individuals, and ultimately that's reduced the crime on the area. We've got the two PCSOs that have been here a long time. Their local knowledge is exceptional, and they work very well with the youths. They do a lot of football, they do a lot of stuff in their own time, which they change their shifts for, and it's that sort of knowledge and that relationship that's made the estate what it is now, which is a very nice place to live.